My first year at OUSA at FIT, I believe, was 2010, maybe 2009. I really don't. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, of course, Laura was there, and I met her, and she called me darling. And then the next person that she turned to, she said, darling. And I said, I thought I was darling. So we laughed immediately right after that. She thought that was really funny. And I just thought she was this amazing, incredible, I mean, she was not even that old then, or was she? I don't know. But I just thought, oh my gosh, this woman is fantastic. She's a wealth of knowledge. She's a ball of fun. She is with it. She knows everyone. She wants to hug and touch everyone and hold people's hands. And oh my gosh, I was just in awe of her. I really was. So, but she obviously knew a ton of people, and I thought she was never going to remember me. So then, so that was how I met her at OUSA. And then that was in June. And then in August, I saw her again at Centerfold. I believe it was the first Centerfold. And again, I'd have to check the dates. So, so I was, so I was there a day early to check out everything. And she apparently was there a day early too. And the hotel at that time offered, what do you call it? Service, van service to take you anywhere, and it was for free. So I was at the front desk, asking for van service to go to the mall area, like East Town Mall or something like, I don't know. And so I'm waiting in the lobby for this van service, and they told me that there was going to be other people, and they'd be making other stops. I was like, great, okay. So as soon as the van pulls up, out of this chair in the lobby, up from whatever, Laura stands up from this chair. And she remembered me, and she said, darling, hello. And I was thrilled that she remembered me. And I said, I can't really talk. I'm getting on this van. And she said, oh, I am too. And so we laughed at that. And so I helped her get on the van. And there were other people from the hotel, nothing to do with the convention, nothing to do with origami, on the van. That's an important part of the story. So we were chit-chatting, and the van dropped off one person somewhere. And then we got back on the road, and I mean, I didn't know Columbus or wherever this was, and neither did Laura. But we're chatting, and she looks out the window, and she says, oh, a music store, pull over. And the driver says, no, that's not your stop, ma'am. And she says, pull over, please pull over. She was so insistent that somehow he did. And all these other people are like, what is going on? And you're delaying me getting to my destination. And I was just in awe of like, what is going on? And I loved her New York accent. And so then he opens the door. The driver gets out, opens the door, puts the little stairs down. She's going to go down the stairs. And she looks back in the van and she goes, come on. So I get off the van and I go in the store with her. And it was a huge, beautiful music store. I don't even remember which one it was, but maybe a chain or something. I don't know. So we were like, whoa, oh my gosh. And I said, what are we doing here? What are you doing? And she said, I need a harmonica. And I was like, oh my gosh, you do all that you do that I just learned, and you play the harmonica? And I said, why do you need it right now? And she said, well, I need a B flat harmonica. I have my other ones. I said, they come in keys? And she's like, oh, darling, I'll tell you about it later. So we're walking through the store trying to find someone, asking them where the harmonica section is. Oh my God, such a great memory. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, all these people are waiting in the van. This is crazy. They're going to hate us or they're going to leave without us. I don't know. So we finally find someone and I, trying to hurry it up. And I said, do you have harmonicas? Where are they? And Laura's taking her time like, oh, look at this guitar. It's so lovely. Oh, look at the pianos. Oh. She's just strolling through the store. And I didn't know her well enough at that time to say, let's get a move on here. So I strolled with her and was just, again, like, oh my God, this is the craziest experience. Little did I know it was going to get a little more crazy. But anyway, so we go over to the harmonica section, and the lady's talking about the keys, and Laura says how she needs the B flat and blah, 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 blah. And then they start talking harmonica. And then I said, Laura, we really need to get going. I think the van has probably left without us. So anyway, so then something just happened with the recording. I think it's okay though. So we go out of the store, and it was hot. It was a hot day. And so we get to the van, and the van driver is leaning outside of the open driver door with his head resting in his hand, but on his knee. He's like, oh my God. And the people at the side door of the van was open, and oh my God, Betsy, it gets crazier. And the side door of the van was open so the people could get some air, and they are so not happy. They didn't say anything to us, but we get back on and sit down, and he's like, okay, no more stops. We're going to, take these people to their thing. We were going to be last for sure, going to the mall. So we're not even out of this shopping area parking lot where the music store was. And she opens the harmonica case and she starts to play it. And I was mortified. And then she reaches in her bag and she gets out this paper that's folded so beautifully. This was an envelope fold I learned from her, but it's folded so beautifully. I'm like, and she just shoves it in my gut, in my stomach. We're sitting right next to each other, and I'm like, and she goes, open it. And then I look at it, and she goes, sing. So at the top, I see it says to the tune of, I can't remember right now, but you'll get it in a second. So she starts playing, and I'm not singing, and she's elbowing me, and she's like, sing. So I sang. And I'm like, I didn't know the song. I wasn't sure what the tune was. And we're in this van with these strangers, and it's just the two of us that already pissed them all off. So I'm like, origami is increasing. Origami never ceasing. Origami is increasing. So get into the fold. And then I just kind of end, and she's like, second verse. We sang, she played, I sang the whole dang song in the van. And at the end, nobody said anything. It was silence. It was crazy. But she didn't care. She was fine. She was totally fine. Oh my God. That was just amazing. So that was meeting Laura. That was when I really learned to love her. And we both got off at the mall, and we went our separate ways, and we said we'd meet up later, and certainly we did. And I went to her class at Centerfold, and kind of the rest was history. Every single time I saw her since, she would reach her hand out to me, and her sweet, warm, soft hands, and she would always call me darling, and I would call her darling back. And she taught me her songs and 50 things you can do with a paper canoe, and we became pretty close. And I really miss her. I learned a lot from her, and she just, every time I look back, she helps me laugh at life, and I love telling that story.